Jumping on the freeway. Looks like there's quite a bit of traffic. Got the spring break traffic going on. But got a few more miles to put down to get to the forest. This has got to be the absolute worst day to go camping. It's just foggy and misty and rainy. So it ought to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Definitely got to be on your toes. So far this is a miserable fail. This idea.
So it's raining so hard that I got a little bit of a water bed.
So I got to my exit, which is about 15 minutes from home, and I noticed that I forgot my hydration pack that has all my dry food in it. So where I was supposed to take that turn, I got to turn around, go all the way back home, grab it. It's gonna slow me down a little bit, but I don't have any plans today, so shouldn't be a problem. All right, taking this exit again. This is actually kind of a fun exit. I take it for work most days out of the week, and it's one of the only circle intersections, roundabouts in the area. Man, so I'm really enjoying this bike. Like I stated in some of my previous videos, I picked up this bike for less than $5,000 out the door on a clearance 401 Husqvarna. Basically the same engine, transmission, everything as the KTM 390. I put a black Aero exhaust on it. Really like the way it sounds. Sounded similar to like a generator before. Didn't have a good tone at all. One of the best views of this road is crossing the lake right here. You got guys over here fishing. There's always people fishing over here on the banks of this bridge. So I'm assuming there's fish. But Lake Conroe, we're gonna do some fishing over there. We're just gonna take a long way to get there. It's a lot nicer on this side of the lake than it was on my side when I left. But we're about to get into the dirt. I can turn off the traction control, ABS, all that good stuff. So I went ahead and turned Onyx on, showing right here. Those are those first trails that we're gonna hit. I can probably go ahead and turn off some ABS. Then traction control. There we go. Should be coming up on it pretty soon. Now I'm excited, guys. This is going to be the first time to really get this thing off-road. I don't know how it's going to go. The conditions are pretty horrible right now. So it's muddy. This isn't really a trail bike. Little scrambler at best. Definitely loose. You know, these tires are not that aggressive. It's gonna take probably a little bit to get the hang of what's going on. We'll try to stay out of the mud, try to stay off the ground. That was a quick one there. See how it goes. But yeah, today we're gonna basically do some trail riding, open this visor. We're gonna do some trail riding. I'm gonna go do some fishing, see how that goes. I brought some very, very light tackle, guys. Nothing spectacular at all. And then after that, we're gonna go somewhere, find a campsite, just kind of relax and, you know, check out the gear. So this whole off-roading, moto camping piece of my channel is gonna be, you're gonna notice a theme. It's gonna be on the inexpensive side. So as I've mentioned before, I walked out the door for less than $5,000 for this bike, and all the camping gear that you're gonna see is Amazon style camping gear, but I got it on an auction site. They have a site, Nellis Auction, near us, but it's all the Amazon returns that they auction off. So there's very few pieces of equipment that I have that are over $20. Man, these whoops, pretty crazy. And we'll see. You know, I've never moto camped. If you've seen my channel before, we're into overlanding style camping, and we bring everything. We got a refrigerator, and we're almost glamping. Solar panels with lithium batteries. So, you know, I probably forgot something pretty important on this trip, but I won't know. Man, this sand is very loose. At some point, I feel like I'm definitely gonna put this down. When in doubt, throttle out. I haven't been off-roading on a bike in about 18 years. So, and even at that, it was a KTM 250. So I wasn't sliding all over the place like I am with this. I can tell there's some people out here because this stuff's loose. But I'm starting to feel very overdressed. I'm still in my rain gear, so definitely getting winded. I'm just doing one trail so that I can pop out to the dirt road, and it puts us near the lake where I'm gonna try to fish over there. And again, that's a first too, because I've never fished on this side of the lake. A couple whoops right here. Oh, stalled it. All right. Sorry if I'm out of breath, guys. Walk it out, walk it out. Whew. Momentum is friend. Sand is not. I feel like I'm gonna be pretty wore out after this. Man, I bet in the summer when this stuff is dry, that'd be an absolute nightmare with this style of bike and tires. Oh, a little bit of mud. There we go. I think we're about halfway through the trail of where I'm trying to get to. Whew, tell you what, it's a little bit of workout. And I have this thing loaded down. Like I said, it's my first time camping, so I wanted to be kind of comfortable. I like to start my different styles of camping with a ton of gear and then dial back to what I actually use. And so that way I can have some of the comforts, but also lighten it up as I go. So with the bike, I feel like I have, especially food right now, I have way too much food. Somebody set some logs up there. somebody made a shortcut. Woo. Pull this riser bar up. Alright. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of the hang of it. It's come back a little bit. This bike is it's a small bike, so sitting on it, you know, my knees are bent a lot more than say like a KLR or something like that I had before that was tall. But when I stand up, it doesn't really give me the right standing position. I'm kind of hunched over, so I got to keep my legs bent pretty good. And man, they get wore out quick. Looks like we're going down in elevation when I look over there. So I wonder if we're gonna have any kind of creek crossing or something. Definitely feel like we're going towards the bottom. Woo. It's not a ton of ground clearance on this thing, so my plan is to kind of goose it over things so that center doesn't bottom out. Man, this sand is deep and it's even wet. Definitely got to be on your toes. It's kind of sloppy. Just pick a good line. Try to keep on it. There we go. Good jump. This bike's not made for jumping at all. I'm noticing that my dry bag on the back is moving around way too much. I don't really have it strapped good enough for these trails. It was fun for the it was fine for the ride over. Oh, this is cool. Hope it's not slippery. Man, I've busted it on wood before, where it has that slime of the mildew on it. My bike's gonna need a good cleaning. Good jump there. Man, with a dirt bike, these trails would be pretty insane. Woo! That was a lot deeper than I thought it was. Oh, what we got here? All right, so let's see where they're going around up here. This stuff is just straight up clay. Probably gonna have to hop off here, give it a push. There we go. Here's this bag that is not wanting to stay. We've had a lot of big storms here lately, so these trees out in the forest have been coming down, especially when it's wet out here. Ground is soft. There we go. Every time I try to stand up, this bag gets under me. Here's this sand again. Man, I'm gonna be whooped after this. I tell you what, I'm glad this is a smaller bike. I can't imagine taking, you know, like a regular ADV bike, because I really have no desire for a dirt bike. I want something I can cruise around, jump on the freeway when I want to. The KLR I had in the past was just too rough-mannered and, you know, didn't do a lot of things very well. And then when I had the V-Strom, all I did was drive it to the store because it was way too heavy, especially up top. And even when I was buying this one, I was looking at the V-Strom 800D. But yeah, I think, you know, this is what I bought this bike for, just do some trailing and camping. Definitely wouldn't want anything bigger than this. Not sure what this bike weighs. I'll put it right here on the bottom of the video. But it's not very much. And I feel like it holds its weight really well. Tell you what, it's about 80 degrees outside with no sun. And having all of this gear on with my waterproof gear on over the top, it's getting warm. Looks like I'm getting pretty close. Every time I think I'm getting close, it kind of turns away from the trail. Woo! I can feel every time I turn, this front wheel just gets crazy. They got some pretty nice berms out here. These guys probably fly over this stuff. Man, that'd be a good jump going the other way. Uh-oh, here we go. It's either clay or sand out here, and if the clay was dry, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it is not. Probably gonna be watching this video. Dang, that was close. Probably watching this video later, making fun of myself like you guys are right now, saying he doesn't know what he's doing, that bike shouldn't be out there. I know that, guys, I know that, but that's what we're doing. Alright, stop sign. Alright, so that means we're getting close to the lake, so we're gonna jump on the pavement here. I'll see you when we get to the lake. First problem of the trip, this cheap water bladder has a leak in it, so I'm gonna have to hang it upside down. And then the other issue is this is the only water I brought, so try to conserve that as much as I can. We're gonna do some fishing. Got my Coke bottle, my tackle inside. We're gonna try these little crappie baits over here at the lake, see if we can't catch anything. We'll see how it goes. I'm wearing my helmet. Everybody's looking at me like I'm funny. Got my tackle inside. An extra hook, a little float. Guys, I've never fished with a bottle before, so we'll see how this turns out. We'll take our little crappie power bait. Where'd it go? I'm just trying to catch like some brim, perch, whatever may be over here by this tree, if anything. And I'm so tangled up. So far this is a miserable fail with this idea. I've seen people do this. least thought. Get a perch bite or something. Alright, so we had no luck fishing, so just gonna cruise around a little bit, see if I can find a spot, start setting up camp. Got a couple places in mind, but nothing really set in stone. One place I used to go to quite often, and then it started getting overrun, so we'll see. This used to always be full of water. Ooh, it's still slick. It's a good tree if I need some firewood. Decided to trek back about 20 miles to go to a gas station to get some water. This hydration bladder, I gotta keep it upside down. It's still leaking. It's the only water I have, so figure I'll just go get a few bottles of water just to be safe, because it is kind of humid out here. And so we'll just take the road back, and I can use this time to cool off. I took the waterproof top off, so my jacket's letting some air go through. That way when I get back to camp I won't be so sweaty and hot like it was earlier. Alright, we're gassed up. Got a big bottle of water. Feel a little better now. Now we're gonna go find camp. It's 3:30. It's pretty cloudy today, so I could see it getting dark a little earlier. Readjusted my bag so it's not shifting all over the place. So let's get back in the trees. Alright, back on dirt. Comes a couple bikes. They are probably more suited for these trails than I am. Wonder if anyone else is taking a 2024 Husqvarna Smart Pellet through some one-track roads. Alright, so campsite. Oops, stand up. Oy. Not really sure what I want to do on the camp. There's two places that I know of, actually three, passing one right now. One of them I take my boys to quite often, so I know that one's good and spread out. There's a big mud hole at the beginning of it that I'm not sure if I can get around all the mud. There's another one that's smaller that I know I can get into, so we'll see. The smaller one would be my second option. Go ahead and put this visor down. The gnats are killing me. Tell you what, I think this is the kind of terrain that this bike is built for. Because even though I have it very loaded down, it seems to be soaking up everything fairly well. And I'm by no means an expert of setting up the suspension. So I've just turned things a little bit at a time till it feels most comfortable to me. But these gravel dirt roads on a Scrambler style bike, that's where it's at. Those one-track trails are fun, but they'll wear you out. Plus, I'm out of shape, so that's kind of rough on me. All right. should be right up here on the right. I always know there's a big hill. There we go. All right. We came out here the other day. There was a big dead hog over here. Okay, let's see if I can get around this, because this stuff is deep. All right, not so bad. Let's just get a little running start. Oh, pretty soft. All right, we made it. Now we are going to come across a few trees on the road, so I will have to go around those, because as I found out earlier, I am not good at going over the trees. And it may be the size of the front tire, or it may be because I haven't ridden off-road in about 15 years. Alright, this wasn't here the other day, and neither was that one. Alright, let's see what we can do. Well, alright, more gas. Well, this is getting quite annoying. Think we can cross this one? Alright, momentum's our friend. And this is all from what I was saying the other day, that the wind out here has been insane. And back there, there's a big patch of those dead pines that those beetles have gotten a hold of. On a plus note, there's no shortage of firewood. And I think there's about 0% chance that someone's going to be down here in this spot with all those trees that are over there. Oh, there's another one. This one is a little more difficult. Alright, let's take a second. Bike stands up by itself. I was trying to break that tree and the front tire popped over. So, there we go. There we go. Whew. Alright. I think next time I come out here with the Gladiator, definitely gonna have to have a chainsaw. Alright, here we go. Home sweet home for the night. Still got a little bit of firewood that I left a couple weekends ago. This is where we're gonna be. First thing I do is get out of these pants. These things are so hot. And I have thermal pants on under this, so it makes it even worse. Alright. Hopefully we won't need those again tonight. We definitely won't need them tomorrow. Hang them on this stick, let them dry off. Dry pack. There we go. First thing I did was change into some thinner camp pants. So I had some insulated pants on, and then I had the rain pants over the top of those. So man, it feels a lot better. We're supposed to get some cool weather tonight, and I'm hoping for it, because it's probably about 70 right now, and it's not too bad. But after you've been riding and doing some trails, it's pretty rough. So I have everything drying up from the structure that we built. The bike is dirty. You can see, whoo, look at that in there. Wheels, probably out of balance. So I'm not gonna say I didn't expect that, but I didn't really know what to expect from those trails, those one-track trails. I had a blast, they were fun. I'd definitely do them again. I'm just gonna run out of daylight soon, so first thing I'm gonna do is probably go gather some firewood. It's been raining for the last few days, so everything's gonna be wet, so I need to get a fire started and start drying out some wood so that I can have some when it gets dark, because I don't really have any sight lighting either. So let's see how it goes. These are good trees because it's standing. And it breaks off easy, so it's extremely dry. So you can just pull it up. They don't burn very long, but they'll get your base coals going pretty good. This thin, small pine, it's the best to start your fire. Haven't really collected that much wood, but I haven't eaten too much today, so I'm gonna go ahead, find a quick snack. So looking at the bike, I usually have all my, this is my first time, I have all my camping stuff here, and then some clothes and snacks and food over here. But the easiest snack for me right now is my favorite beef jerky. So I'm gonna set up a chair somewhere with a log, enjoy some beef jerky. Looks like a chair to me. It's my top bag. Has the water that I just bought. I was gonna save this water for later, but it's ice cold, and so I'm gonna enjoy it while it's still cold. The other water's not. Also brought some fresh blackberries. They're a little beat up. It's almost like a smoothie, but definitely not gonna let these go to waste. Quick snack. Now time to get back to work. I'm gonna need more firewood than that. Not really to stay warm, just to keep my sanity and look at fire after it gets dark. Last time we came, I had a just right walking stick. I use it for poking the fire. You see camps way back over there. As we were leaving, I told my oldest boy, go put it somewhere where we know it's at next time so we can have it in case somebody else shows up, they don't take it. So I'm walking along, and boom, there it is. So I got my walking stick. I really have no clue why I decided to hide it way over there, but glad I found it. Even though I have my little chopping knife, that thing will wear you out if you try to do too much cutting with it. So I don't know how many people have used one of these. It's basically like a chainsaw blade with two handles on it, and it cuts both directions unlike a chainsaw, so when you rip it back and forth it cuts. But I see this tree right here. It's pretty big, pretty dead. It'll give me a lot of firewood throughout the night. So instead of chopping and getting a blister with a little knife, I'm gonna go ahead and use this guy and see how it works. At this point, I'm probably gonna go ahead and set up my tent. There's fire here. There's a nice flat spot right next to it right here. So I'm just gonna clear this area out and go ahead and get the tent set up. So got my tent, pillow, air mattress. We'll get those going. Like I said earlier in the video, all this stuff is Amazon products. I'm trying to keep it true to the budget build that I'm doing for my bike. The bike was pretty inexpensive. All this gear is very inexpensive. I got all this off of an auction site for Amazon returns and got some of this stuff at really good deals. The pillow was like $2. This air mattress, this Gear Doctor air mattress was about 10. The tent itself was maybe 15. So everything's very inexpensive. So we'll see how that works out in the long run, or if it's gonna cause problems. Got the ground foot tent, the tent footprint. Like I said, it's not a very big tent. It's just a one-person tent. Let's go ahead and get the main tent. Lay it out. I don't know which way is forward. Looks like this is the front. So like some of the nicer mattresses, this one comes with a bag that you can use it to air up with. Never tried it, so let's see how it works. Bag connects with a little nozzle. It's a little bit narrow, but so is this tent, so we'll see. Got the Gear Doctor. Put my head on this side. I don't know, guys. Looks pretty small in there. Let's take a look. So I'm the kind of person that rolls around a lot when they sleep, and it's a pretty small footprint inside of there. I have a larger one that would probably fill up that whole bottom. It may get replaced. So my sleeping bag is a little mummy bag that I bought on that same auction site. I think I paid $13 for it. It's made by a company, Manitouli. So I have never used this, but I do have a pad that goes inside of a regular sleeping bag, and it's a USB powered warmer for your bag. And on high, it only uses 4 watts. So this has the same thing integrated into the mummy bag. So I think it's gonna be probably too hot tonight, but it was supposed to be colder. But if it does, I just have a little USB power bank and I can plug it in and, you know, warm up the underside. Now this doesn't get hot like a heated blanket or anything. It just keeps you warm. I don't know, guys. I don't know if that sleeping bag is gonna work. Now we just got the pillow left. Just a little pillow. This thing was like $2. Same thing, you just blow it up. I don't like to blow it up too hard, that way it's nice and cushiony. I just heard thunder. Might need to check the weather. Maybe I do need to put that rain fly on the tent. I think it's time to go ahead and start getting the fire ready. Got this little box one time. It's 2 magnets on the back that are very strong. It's watertight. And I keep all my fire pieces in there. So we're gonna go ahead, get some of this chopped down, create a fire because I keep hearing thunder. I'm looking at the radar. I don't see anything, but I keep hearing it and it keeps getting closer, and the weatherman has lied to me about 7 times today. So I'm not gonna put it past him again. Instead of wasting all my energy chopping wood and getting wore out, I've been using that tree, I don't know if you can see it, right there. I stick it in the V and then just snap it off. See if I can do this one-handed. Just trying to get this coal bed built up. Still hear the thunder in the background, but I definitely want to have a nice coal base if it does rain. That way I can go ahead and keep it going as it rains. So I just looked at the radar. It's definitely about to rain. It's going to be one of those quick, strong bands that's going to blow through. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the rain fly onto the tent because I may need to hide in there for a while and buckle everything else down. Out of all the places I could have dropped my GoPro while I was using the Insta was when I was washing my hands in the creek. So I get all the way back to camp, way over there, realize I don't have it, and it's sitting in 6 inches of water. Well, here comes the rain, starting to roll in. So I don't really want to get wet because this is my dry clothes. So I got the fire going as best as I can for now. It's probably time to hide off in there till this blows through. After it blows through, I'm gonna have to restoke the fire, then get some dinner started. I'm gonna drag in some snacks in there, but it's just gonna be a waiting game at this point. To be honest, I could use the rest. My legs are killing me from all those one-track trails on the bike. I'm not used to doing that. Well, all I can say is at least it's cooling off.
So it's raining so hard that I got a little bit of a water bed. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like the old school 70s are back. Water bed time. At least it's cold. Come on, $20 tent. All right, I think it chilled out enough that we can maybe take a peek outside. Let's knock some of this water off. See how ugly it is. Fire, still barely burning. All right, shoes on, let's do it. Go ahead and zip this back down until things dry out. Oh, I tell you what, it cooled off about 20 degrees. All my wood is slightly wet, so I got some work to do. Bringing her back. So I'm gonna stack up a bunch. That way I can try to dry it out. Go check out the creek that had a couple inches of water in it earlier. See what it looks like. Oh, looks very sandy. Got a waterfall over there. Let's go check it out. Fire is somewhat back alive. All right, starting to get a little dark. I have some potatoes with some foil. I'll just go ahead, get these potatoes a little wet in this rainwater. Put them in here. We're gonna take these. I'm gonna get them over in the fire. Put them in there. Go ahead over here, check my dry bag. What is that? That's right, I brought a cooler. Got my little organ donor cooler. Let's check out what's inside. Gotta have this for dinner. We have some berries, butter, tomatoes, lime, steak, and some cheese. Now it's time for some steak. So nice HEB prime tenderloin steak. I have this stainless steel plate. That's what I'll be cooking it on. I'll just put it on the coals. Just got to get it seasoned and ready to go. Just realized I don't have a plan to get that off of there when it's really hot, so I better find a couple sticks. Just seasoned up this steak. It's a little bit well done, more than I'd want, but still gonna be delicious. It's got butter dripping off of it. How can it not be? Oh, so good. Really hot. The edges are perfectly crispy. One of the better steaks I've had camping for sure. Oh yeah, the potatoes are a no-go. The foil melted and they're gone. I'm just gonna enjoy this steak. Well, I'm fed, full. I still have a bunch of food. I brought way too much, but it's nice and cool out here now. I'm gonna get this fire to burn down, and I'm exhausted from everything today, so I'll probably be hitting the tent pretty soon, and then we'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, it's morning. And it's way colder than it was yesterday. Alright guys, all packed up. It was a wet night. So I time changed last night too, so it's got me all thrown off. So I woke up extremely early. So it's currently, I think it's 7:30.
Alright, so take 2. Being colder outside. GoPro batteries don't like to last. This ought to be interesting. This was interesting coming in yesterday when it was light out. Much less right now that it rained all night. Tough part's gonna be up here where they had the big trees down. I gotta go off trail because I can't see very well through the bushes. Alright, here's where I gotta go off road. This is so soft. You can kind of see my trail from yesterday. And there we are. Back on the trail. Another reason I'm glad that I didn't get a big bike. Got some people camping out over there. Sure is a low spot to camp out. Alright. We're home clear.
If you've made it this far into the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It helps me know what the audience wants to see in future videos.